I might have fallen. I might have fallen just a little bit. We're playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, no, I've hit rock bottom, I know. I know, you don't have to tell me. But we're doing it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna like it. Osiris. Oh, yeah. God. Can't believe I'm doing this right now. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today? But what? You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today? What the fuck does that mean? But just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. No idea what the fuck that sentence meant. I might just be dyslexic. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay, I got this. I'm on fire! Okay. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Actually, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Suguri. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Osiris, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Bitch, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, and one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on an average while spending my free time on games and anime. That sounds like a cuck to me. I was talking about how I'm worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me now. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? No. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Then leave. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. That sounds like a cuck. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Kill yourself. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs? Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah. There's no way I'm going to join your club, wench. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Cuck. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. You motherfucker. I will end you. Yeah, I see you twiddling your fingers there. I'm gonna grab you by your throat and throw you out the window. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is just really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned this all out. I let a long sigh. Ugh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake. Okay. Yes, let's go. So far, I'm thoroughly bored. Yeah, when do they kill themselves? Okay. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly, I think that's what that says, dejectedly. Yeah, dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me the new member. I glance around the room. Welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna have a hard time fucking reading with this loud-ass music. Hold on, let me just go to like right here. That's fine. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you better boy. Burn. Flame. Die. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Osiris, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly nasty females. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Bit. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you've already known Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Osiris. Monica smiles sweetly. Can I put her down? We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Osiris. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I'm a little too excited. Then how about I make some sweet tea as well? It's not sweet tea, motherfucker, just tea. Sweet tea would be nice, though. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As I already mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! What? You don't look pleased. You look... She has like that 1,000-yard stare. You're too giddy. And something's wrong. Are they burnt? Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and a little piece of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! So cute! Get out. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for... You know, dummy. Wench. No. I'm gonna have so much to... Okay. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I don't fucking read. Well, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I mean, that, you know... I believe you. Calm the fuck down. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Fucking Sayori. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happier, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Oh, well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encouraged others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Natsuki doesn't give a fuck, apparently. I see where her morals stand. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. Could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all the effort to starting something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. I accidentally clicked that. Whoopsie! Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Thank you for contributing, Natsuki. Go back to shoving your fucking face with your cupcakes now. Go eat the cats. I don't want them here. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal? Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Osiris, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, I don't read. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Nadzuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds herself in comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. It's called Real Life, and Sayori is like the fucking sleep paralysis demon. It's bad. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal effort. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. No one fucking asked you, Natsuki. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're only good for your cookie. Get out of here. Thank you. No one wanted you a part of this conversation. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give me that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sorry. I don't want to hear another word come out of your mouth. If the next goddamn thing you say is cringe, I will personally waltz out of this room. I will never walk you to school again. I will never wait up for you. If you're about to get hit by a car, I will not push you out of the way. Do you understand me? I will let Truck Kun take you. Sayori sidles behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Why the fuck would I share my poems with you? Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your own readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Can I say this? Stop. Like, what is this fucking stare? Look at her soulless fucking eyes, dude. Look, stop staring at me. Look this way. Look this way. So I don't have to stare at your ugly fucking face. You're hurting me. And then Yuri's eyes are just fucking closed, like she's sleeping. ... Vigorous sigh. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. And then next time we meet up, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. No. Bitch, no. Yeah, let's do it. Shut the fuck up, Sayori. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will all help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Osiris? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. And what's that? I'm not a fucking member. Now that we're back to the original topic of joining the club, I bluntly came forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Saori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Humph. You know what? Fuck you, Natsuki. Can't even speak a word to me. Osiris. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Dude, if you're that fucking sad that I didn't join immediately, get a life. I'm just gonna check out other clubs. I could come back. But no, you're gonna fucking throw a hissy fit in front of me. I don't want to come back now. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, your mind, you have the wrong mindset, dude. You have the wrong mindset. What about the anime club? Actually, no, this probably filled with gooners. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. God, fuck me, dude. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. I'm so happy. Die. I missed one. Okay, Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, get the fuck off me, bitch! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. I don't give a fuck. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem, then bring it to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Osiris, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Thanks. Get out. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Osiris, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! This is horrible. With that, the two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have to change... Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure the good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick the words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good that might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, we're gonna go with okay, suicide. Oh, that's cool. Starscrape. Oh no. Hey, I don't want Yuri. I don't want any of them. Can I have a redo? Empty. Okay. Sure. Disorientated. Tragedy. Jeez. Oh, okay. Climax, graveyard, extraordinary, heaven sent, skipping, rainbow, secretive, embrace, climax. Music, breath, comfort, peace, music, judgment, broken, desire, frightening, insight, inferno, oh my god, nature, agonizing, kiss, wrath, I think it said wrath, boop, candy, beautiful. I think they got an even amount of love. Oh. Okay, how long have I been recording for? Yeah, we'll keep going. Maybe just a little bit farther. Hold on. Go check my Discord. Okay. Hi again, Osiris. Oh, shit. I almost swiped my fucking mic off the desk. Hi again, Osiris. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. I just wrote a little something. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Osiris. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me that you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you are certainly having a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. M. No idea what the fuck that means. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Osiris always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Yeah, you dumb bitch. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm gonna be fucking rude. I'm gonna be like Dr. Blaine. All right. All right. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Leave. How come? You and Osiris can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing. What is it? Show it to me. Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I was thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want me to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it'll keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Stop thinking like that. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of a cover of her book. It seems like the same book that she lent me. More than that, it seems she's to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Ah, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I said let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging, relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. How is that relatable? In what fucking world is that relatable? I will end you. I will end you. Do you want that? I will become a human experiment. Just so I can haunt your dreams, your nightmares, your daily life. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Osiris? No. No, not at all. I mean, I can enjoy some. Don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you're oh, what the fuck? I'm going dyslexic. I've read so much. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made it out to be the naive one, and letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I don't really think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. And the least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip in the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone else. Ah, I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start to read the prologue. I feel so bad for this guy. Okay, because he's going like... He's a devious man. He's a devious man. He's not in the right headspace. He's in a very bad headspace right now. I think we all understand that, don't we? You understand me. You get it, don't you? I will find you. And I will kill you. Alright. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in the company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really don't have to apologize a lot. I do. I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. I mean... Ah ha ha ha. This guy's such a cuck, dude. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we are huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glanced up at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. That's... How much worse can this be? Oh my god, I didn't even realize she was staring at me. I didn't realize her eye moved. Do I have to? Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an imminent exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a little bit of a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your same... Or, god mother fucking damn, I can't read. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but Osiris, it's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I'm sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Thank you, Monica. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have a time... My voice hurts so bad from reading this much. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand, or releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess we'll do some more reading tonight? Or would you prefer I read it with you? I guess I don't have to... I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off on the book and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write your poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I've agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much of inspiration since I've really never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Shut the fuck up, Sayori. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on the wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, who should I show my poem to first? Okay, Yuri really seemed to fucking like it when I was picking the words. Yuri seems the most experienced. Should I start with her? I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really do anything wrong, Yuri. That's I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the word of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, you tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once she refines her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Nadzuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly. Or dreamingly? Dreamily? 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 As if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Can't read that. The tendrils, I think that. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. And must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I battle claims, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light tickles. I tickle back? What? Okay. I'm so sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I was thinking that. Don't speak for me, Osiris. But it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Haha. What the fuck? Sure. Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Osiris. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Osiris. Me too. Get out. Who should I show my poem to next? You know what I'm gonna do? End it here. My voice is actually fucking hurting. We're gonna save. We're gonna leave it there. Guess what? Yeah. I don't even know if I want to post this. If it's posted, hopefully I edit it to where it's actually funny. I did a lot of reading. let's get out of here. Peace.